Right. Hey, hey. Hi, guys. Welcome back. All right. So, Cancerian, let's go ahead and jump on in. Um, Cancer, I know it's been a rough couple weeks around in my world. So, I am super delighted that today is Tuesday and we're starting to get us back on track. So, happy Tuesday, Cancerians. We start out doing kind of a tree of life slash Celtic cross storytelling right now. But we start out with the moon as our central message. This is somebody who's not saying, okay, I don't know what's hidden. I'm not sure about what secrets are out there. This is not somebody confused or unsure. You notice she's actually like celebrating the moon, praising the moon. This is somebody who's like moving very nicely in tune with their subconscious. I don't feel like Cancerian is confused about anything. Black Moon Majesty, great to see you. Happy Canada Day to you, my love. We have got the Two of Swords. Okay, so it's interesting because if anything, Cancerian is in this vibe of the things that they've blocked, they know what they've blocked. The things that they are illuminating or welcoming into their lives, they know what they're ready for now. I feel like this is a massive breakthrough. Cancerian could have at some point in time um, have like withdrawn, or maybe they were doing some deep inner work on themselves and they just weren't really sure about what route they wanted to take. But here's the thing, they know that that's what they did. So there isn't really confusion on this. And I do feel like Cancerian might have been saying, even if there is someone that I think I love or would like to connect to, I might not be ready for it right now. And in truth, that's exactly what I did is I held back from it. I stepped away from it. I tucked myself into the wall of the garden and decided to be a bit of a wallflower and hide myself away a little bit. I did that. I did it because it's what I needed to do at the time. And I only say it that way because we have these wolves and the wolves are, howling at the moon and they're communicating and they're echolocating each other and they're very, very close. But this is Cancerian having that perspective like, I get it. I withdrew. I wasn't ready at the time. I feel like Cancerian just knows themselves very, very well. This might be kind of an unexpected breakthrough perhaps for Cancerian, but I definitely feel like it's a really good one. What crosses this is the judgment card. Okay, so very nice. This says just because we weren't ready at a certain time doesn't mean that we've missed out on an opportunity or that we aren't ready for that now. Because this says if Cancerian still wants this and now is the right time, they could definitely pursue this. Whether it's a relationship, whether it's a friendship or a romance. Um, Look, there's times where I don't know. I'm one of those people where I like humans. I do. And I like socializing, but I also need quite a bit of time to withdraw and replenish. Like I can't socialize all the time. I I'm actually an introvert who has to spend a lot of energy to come across as an extrovert, but I do like people. So it's an interesting thing where at the same time it's not in my nature to really be super outgoing, but I do like it. But then it drains me and I have to be all by myself to kind of like regenerate that energy again, which is a weird thing that the thing that we enjoy also can be a little bit depleting. Um, but I guess that's like anything. I love hiking too. Guess what? I'm tired after a big long hike, but I had a good time. But I probably can't just keep doing it all day, 10 hours a day, day after day. So maybe that does make sense. Maybe it's because we like it a lot that it gets tiring because you expend more energy because you're really into it, you're really present. Maybe that's a better way to look at it. But I love the fact that Cancerian is over here saying just because I withdrew from a potential connection or an interaction, it doesn't mean it stays that way. Now, it might be a little awkward to first reemerge on the scene, to maybe reach out to people again. Let's see, underneath all this Knight of Wands, Cancerian does have like a sudden surge of like, I want to go talk to other people. I want to connect. This sounds really fun now. I'm ready. I'm ready to kind of reemerge. Can I just do that or will that be awkward? See, in the recent past, we have a Page of Wands. Yeah, Cancerian did shut down. I'm feeling more like Cancerian was like scheduled to go do something, and then at the last second they canceled, and then they kind of like haven't been around in a couple weeks. And now they're, because in the recent past this says Cancerian completely like wilted like a little flower. This could have been something as simple as Cancerian was sleepy, was tired, needed a few nights to just turn off their phone and just go home and rest and veg out, even if they weren't doing anything. Maybe they just needed some time with me, myself, and I. Maybe they needed some long baths and just a chance to not have, a full dance card. Sometimes too busy of a schedule can get overwhelming, like mentally. And it's like, I just need to not have to be anywhere. Take that low grade pressure off my mind. So I really feel like this Cancerian goes through little periods where they have to withdraw or cancel or tap out, mostly because they need it for like just their sanity. But it doesn't look anything here like Cancerian is like, oh, well, I want to mess with somebody's mind, or sometimes I don't like them, but sometimes I do. Their higher self says with the King of Pentacles energy, I feel like Cancerian knows that for them to be really comfortable, really grounded, they themselves have to get grounded. I feel like this Cancerian is, maybe they have a lot of earth in their chart. Maybe they have like a moon sign in earth energy or something. Because it feels like they need to put down roots. You got to water your plants to see them really grow and to see them take those next jumps. Anybody who's ever had houseplants, you got to step them up. Sometimes give them slightly bigger pots, get them the good flush, and then, a little dose of their fertilizer, and then they jump 3 times larger. I feel like Cancerian knows my health and wellness, my deepening of my own roots, my sense of stability. I always have to keep track of that and make sure that I'm at my best, because that's where I'm the best partner or the best friend or the best, anything in life, the best worker. It's when I'm actually taking care of my needs. And maybe that's not to be ashamed of. Maybe that's actually really wise. Maybe people would be less likely to have meltdowns if they knew when to tap out before they got to meltdown phase. Because anytime I see, like a video clips of people having meltdowns, I always feel bad, because I'm like, that person probably is so stressed. They probably had so much going on. They probably had that moment where, like a 5-year-old in the grocery store who's overtired, they have a temper tantrum. But in society, if an adult does that, it's like we don't give them a pass. A little kid, we just go, oh, they're tired. But adults, it's like you can't ever get too tired and have your meltdown, when in fact, I kind of feel like everybody has their meltdown sometimes. But this Cancerian is like super astute. They're like, I don't let myself get to meltdown point. I withdraw before I get there. I replenish. I wind up empowered again, and then I can step back onto the scene. Now I can reemerge. Now I'm ready to interact with my friends, my lovers, my family, whoever it is. And now I'll be so much better. I'll be such a much better resource to them. I'll be so much, softer, sweeter, kinder, more understanding, because I'm rested, fed, watered, and, stable. I just kind of think this is a story about the importance of self-care. And this Cancerian has really recognized that that's who they are, and that's something they're not going to be ashamed of. In the upcoming future, I feel like this Cancerian is going to get back in everybody's good graces, because they could help a multitude of friends, family, or people find solutions to problems. This is like, I'm knocking it out of the park. I'm the person with the answers. I've got boundless energy today. I'm super grounded. I can reach out to the people I haven't been around in a while, reemerge on the scene. And if they're having problems, I can be a big boost to them. I've got endless energy because I took care of my needs. I feel like that's the way Cancerian is going to be able to like reemerge. Again, with the 9 of Pentacles, I think this is becoming a way of life for Cancer. And I think they're just going to start telling the people that they love, listen, I do have to withdraw once in a while. It's the way I have learned to keep my balance, to keep my footing, and I function better that way. I'm more abundant. Everything about my life flows easier when I make sure that my health and wellness is a priority. I almost think Cancerian could start like a movement and make it so everybody else in their life knows, hey, tap out. Don't answer the phone for a bit. Take some days off. Do what you got to do for you. I get it. It feels like this is a strong advocacy for personal well-being with that 9 of Pentacles. That's personal growth, personal stability. I really think this is like probably one of the nicest messages we've had in a long time, because I feel like it's so relatable, but it's also something that it's almost like we're all primed to feel guilty if we take care of ourselves or if we withdraw so that we get what we need, whether it's extra sleep or just freeing up a schedule or something. I feel like that guilt factor, though, as Cancerian takes that off of themselves, I kind of feel like not only is that a strength, but it's something other people will start to admire in them if they explain it that way. The outcome is the Nine of Swords in the reverse, along with the King of Cups in the reverse. Not everybody's going to dig it, but other people, some people are going to be like pissed off, even be like, well, how come you get to do that? And then I think that's where Cancerian will be like, okay, well, then I can probably do without them in my life. Look, if somebody is really upset with Cancerian, and there could be that King of Cups in the reverse, this could be somebody who has like, well, I needed you there for my emotional needs. I don't think Cancerian's like, well, sorry, but you don't matter that much to me. I don't see it as that at all. I do see it, though, as Cancerian is realizing if someone is, look, this is an unbending character. This is somebody who only thinks about themselves, what they want. And I feel like Cancerian is going to be able to figure out who fits in their life and who doesn't based off of what level of selfishness or comprehension of the need for health and well-being and, like personal attention is permitted. I don't think Cancerian is going to deal with people that are so selfish of, well, I don't care if you don't have enough to give me, Cancer. I wanted you here. You were supposed to be here because it's about me. I don't care if you were tired. You needed to call me. You're not allowed to reschedule on me. I want you to do what I want you to do. I don't think Cancerian's gonna mind very much or be very stressed out if people like that leave their life. I think this new like commitment to, wow, I feel so much better when I withdraw when I need to and take care of myself. This could even be Cancerian is realizing about one specific relationship. I withdrew from them because they were super demanding and they wanted a ton from me and it was all about them. And that drained me to the point where I had no choice but to pull back. And as I did that, and now that I realize why I did that, that was a preservation mode, but that was also my subconscious brain kicking in and saying, hey, no, this person doesn't get that much of you. They're draining you. Pull back your energy and you're going to see their true colors. It's going to be very, very plain. They're going to be real pissed off that you would dare to not satisfy their every whim. But that's the whole reason you've been exhausted in the first place. That's why you need to pull back, take care of you. And then if they show more of their true colors, if there's no compassion, if there's only frustration, how come you aren't there for me? Cancerian, let them show their real behavior. And then Cancerian's not even going to be stressed out when this person maybe like manages themselves right out of Cancerian's world. I mean, maybe that sounds like a hell of a way to like soft leave a relationship, but it's not like quiet quitting. It's not that. It's just that this person seems to be revealing themselves. But I think that's terrific. I think that Cancerian already knows if somebody can't see me as a human, see me as somebody that they should be compassionate with, especially if they're the very ones draining me, then maybe that's why that judgment card was sideways. It's like people that are understanding and love me will totally get it. People that are super demanding, they're not going to get it at all, but that's okay. They'll manage their way back out of my life. Some people I'll have no problem reconciling with, other people it'll be a problem. This feels like a Cancerian who had so much I don't know, just like expectation put on them from this one like potential. I mean, it seemed like this person wanted to be their lover, but they were the King of Cups in the reverse. So I don't think that this was a relationship that would have worked all said and done. I don't even think that that was a great matchup for Cancerian. I think Cancerian has realized that. I mean, heck of a way to find it out, maybe. But on the other hand, that looks really, looks really good for Cancerian. So, all right, you guys, I'm going to leave this one here. I like the fact that Cancerian is not going to be saddled with partners that, or a partner perhaps that isn't really the right one for them after all. So that was a refreshing message. You guys, so good to see everybody. Hi, Danielle. The owl necklace. I found it at a thrift shop, and I was like, I have to have it. I have to have it. And so, sure enough, um, I was surprised with it. It was delivered and it arrived. I was so excited. But yeah. Oh, Cassie, you sweetheart. A happy almost birthday, babe. Delinda, hi, honey. Yes, I love that. Follow the actions. Kivi Shaw, wonderful to see you. That is so awesome. Happy birthday. Inso Mom. Hey, Udaya. I do like this backdrop. I've only used it, I think, twice since I've had it, and I was just in the mood. I thought it would be a nice one for this week. Empress Unicorn, wonderful to see you again. Ginger Montague. Love that. Happy Canada Day, Ginger. And to everybody that hails from Canada. So honored you guys are here. And again, Black Moon Majesty. That's awesome. That's so cool. The fact that you were thinking about the moon just a few hours ago. Oh, there have been beautiful skies where I'm at lately. Just magnificent. Queen Jay, thank you. Right back to you, love. Ginger, I like that even more. The fact that you're not even a Cancerian, but you're hanging. I love it. Thank you so much. That makes me feel so warm. Pauline Bennett, shout out to you in the UK. Thank you, my love. All right, you guys, have a wonderful evening. I will see you guys on the other channel at about midnight. Danielle, I hear you. Tammy Secord, wonderful to see you also. Oh my gosh, Ginger, British Columbia is magnificent, isn't it? It's so beautiful. Danielle, I love that. Oh, that's hilarious. All right, you guys, sweet dreams. Delinda, I promise you we will get to ophiuchus tomorrow. We will also get to Aries. We will get to Gemini. We will get to Taurus. And somebody else that I've missed, but we will get caught up tomorrow with everybody else. All right, you guys, lots of love. Bye for now.